What are your thoughts on? I'm going to take over the hosting of the show for a second. What are your thoughts on the
Yeah, this is good.
Lindormi affix that's coming? That is going to give tanks up to +5 a guided route that
Mhm.
will give you 100%.
I think it's really good. I have, like, a lot of thoughts on it because I think there's so many flaws with it that could be better. Not flaws in a bad way where it's, like, hurt or, like, damaging to players, but, most of the time, +2s, unless your group's, like, really undergeared or you have, like, a ton of deaths, you're probably gonna at least +2 it, if not +3 if you're, like, a coordinated group, which means you're going from +2 to +4 or 5, and chances are you'll probably also +2 or +4. I know that's a lot of plus numbers, but it's like you're out of that category so quickly, and the only way to get back into it is by dropping your key. And so if you like first key, you start with like a sky reach, and it's just hold W, and it doesn't matter if mobs are highlighted. And then the next key you get is like magisters, and also doesn't matter because you just hold W and all the mobs are highlighted. But then all of a sudden your next key is like a +6 pit, and then you don't know what to pull. It's like, well, drop your key. And that feels bad that you're going to be incentivized if you don't know the routes to drop your key to learn. I do think that Fellowship did this a lot better in their most recent season. I hate bringing up Fellowship because it's a WoW podcast, but Fellowship did a very
No, it's all good.
similar affix. Um, but it lasted all the way up until I don't know, like Eternals, which is like the highest level of content in that game.
Mhm.
And the strength of it would weaken per like level you jump up to in bracket. So for in WoW, in this case, the mobs have 10% less health and deal 10% less damage, if I remember correctly. And so that could diminish over time all the way up to +10s. I think would be a good solution so players can interact with the effects longer without feeling the need to have to drop their keystone just to interact with the effects. That's I think my biggest gripe with it, but I think overall it's really good for the game.